Hello dear students, in previous classes we discussed about meaning of product method and also we were discussing about unplanned accumulation of inventory and also unplanned decumulation of inventory. So unplanned accumulation of inventory means suppose just imagination an unexpected fall in sales, the firm will have unsold stock of good which it has not anticipated. It is unplanned accumulation of inventories. As we discussed, unplanned decumulation of inventories. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about planned accumulation and planned decumulation of inventories. See, in last class we discussed about unplanned accumulation of inventory and unplanned decumulation of inventory. Unplanned means unexpected fall in sales. Okay, unexpected fall in sales. What will happen? Whether stocks will be increased or whether stocks will be decreased. That is stocks nothing but inventory. Okay, so here now we are going to discuss about planned accumulation and planned decumulation of inventories. So this is also will come under the product method only. See, planned accumulation. This before only we decide we should keep this much of inventory in this year, like this only. Okay, suppose the firm wants to raise the inventories. Inventories means nothing but stock only from 100 shirts to 200 shirts during the year. 100 shirts to 200 shirts. Already in previous class we discussed about unplanned accumulation and unplanned accumulation. Okay, under the unplanned accumulation, so what we expected, more than that also the firm will keep the inventory. Why? Because unexpected fall in sales. Because of that only the inventories were raised. Okay, so here just imagination, suppose the firm wants to raise the inventories from 100 shirts to 200 shirts during the year. Here it's a planned accumulation, means the company decided to increase the inventories from 100 shirts to 200 shirts during the year. That means in the year it has decided to keep nearby 200 shirts as an inventory. Okay, expecting sales of 1000 shirts, it has decided to sell how many shirts? 1000 shirts during the year, as before, under the unplanned accumulation and decumulation. Okay, so expecting sales of 1000 shirts, it has decided to sell and it has decided to sell produced how many shirts? 1000 shirts, and also it has decided to sell 1000 shirts during the year, and also the firm produces 1000 plus 100. Why it has 100? So this is considered as an inventory. It has decided to sell 1000 shirts and keep as an inventory how many shirts? 100. And also it has already how many shirts? 100. See, raise the inventories from the 100 shirts. Already it's starting, the production will be starting from 100 shirts. Decided to keep 200, that means plus 100. So decided to sell 1000 and decided to keep an inventory how many shirts? 200 shirts. Here so now in this year the firm should produce how many shirts? 1000 plus 100. Already it has 100 shirts as an inventory. Okay, and it has decided to keep as an inventory how many shirts? 200 shirts during this year. If the sales are actually 1000 shirts, then the firm indeed ends up with a rise of inventories. So suppose if sales are actually 1000 shirts, that time only what it had decided? It decided to keep how many shirts as an inventory? 200 shirts. For if the sales are actually 1000 shirts, that time only it can keep 200 shirts as an inventory. So what will happen? So that is only it decided to keep 1000 shirts. So plan, it's making plan only. When the firm making plan, that time it can keep how many shirts they want as an inventory. So here they decided to sell 1000 shirts and they should decide to which one? Keep an inventory how many? 100 already, the company has 100, totally 200. So this is called as planned accumulation. Planned accumulation, see, the new stock of inventory when, if the sales are actually 1000 shares, because they are making plan, already they planned, the firm already planned to sell how many shares, 1000 shares, and it has decided to keep inventory as an inventory, how many shares, 200 shares. So that's why this is called as planned accumulation. See, a firm decide or wants to raise the inventories like stocks from 100 shares to 200 shares. Already a firm starting the production with an inventory how many shares, 100 shares. This time decided to keep an inventory 200 shares by selling 1000 shares. That time it has to produce 1000 plus 100. Okay, 1000 shares they decided to sell, and remaining 100 decided to keep an inventory. Already it has 100 shares, totally 200 shares they decided to keep an inventory. This is called as planned accumulation. Planned accumulation. And one more, planned decumulation of inventories. Planned decumulation of inventories. Okay, so here, if the firm had wanted to reduce the inventories, suppose a firm decided to reduce the inventory from 100 to 25 in this year. Okay, 100 to 25. 100 to 25 means, that is, it would produce 1000 minus 75 should be 925. Should be 925, because it plans to sell 75 shirts out of the inventory of 1000 shirts. The firm decided to keep, reduce the inventories. Reduce the inventories means, already it has decided to keep inventory how many, like 100 shirts. This time they decided to keep an inventory how much, only 25. Only 25. This time out of 100 how many shirts they should sell, 75 shirts out of 1000. Out of 1000 they should sell how many shirts, 75 shirts, and they should keep how many shirts as an inventory, that is 25. So they decided to sell 1000 shirts in that is planned accumulation. Now suppose if the firm wanted to reduce the inventories from 100 to 25, 100 to 25, that time to keep as an inventory 25 shirts, the firm has to sell 75 shirts out of 100, because 100 is an inventory. Out of 100 they should sell 75. When they are selling 75 shirts, that time only they can keep 25 shirts as an inventory. Okay, out of the inventory of 1000 shirts they should sell 75 shirts, and remaining 900 is the decided to sell, and 25 is the planned decumulation. Planned decumulation. See, it started with year, the inventory at the end of the year becomes 25. Why? They decided to sell 900, out of 100 they decided to sell 75. And why? Because they want to keep, and they wanted to reduce the inventory from 100 to 25. 100 to 25 to sell, to keep an inventory as to keep 25 shirts as an inventory. To keep 25 shirts as an inventory, they should sell 75 shirts out of 100. Out of 100, 100 is an inventory, don't forget, 100 is an inventory. So out of 100 they should sell 75. That time only they can keep 25 shirts as an inventory. So this is planned decumulation. Decumulation means that is decreasing, and accumulation means increasing. Okay, compared to this topic, decumulation is decreasing, accumulation is increasing. So if the sales indeed the turn out to be 1000 as expected by the firm will be left with planned reduced inventory of 25 shares. That means if the firm already planned, by planning only what they are doing, that is called only planned accumulation and planned accumulation. If the unexpected fall in sales, unexpected fall in sales, that time only what they planned, that will not be success. What they have planned, that will be not success. That was called as unplanned accumulation and unplanned accumulation. Here planned accumulation and planned decumulation. Here we can discuss So if the firm wants to keep inventory any much how much they are expecting, that much only they can keep as an inventory. For example, see, you decide, like you observed here, suppose the firm wants to rise the inventories. Already the firm has how many shirts as an inventory? 100. And this time raise the inventories from 100 to 200 shirts. So in this year the firm has decided to increase the inventories from 100 to 200 shirts. Already the firm has 100 shirts. This time should be increased 100. Okay. So and also their expecting sell is 1000 shirts. They decided to sell how many shirts? 1000. That time already firm has 100 shirts. In this year they should be increased the which one? Inventories from 100 to 200. That time they should produce 100 plus decided to sell 1000 expecting sales. Okay, then they should produce 1000 shares plus should be increased which one? Inventory from 100 to 200. That time they should produce 1000 plus 100, totally 1100 shares. So this time, this year they decided to keep inventory how many shirts? 200. But already it has 100 shirts. This time, like in this year, they should produce 1000 plus 100. So if the sales are actually 1000 shirts, because they are planned, that time only the firm, what they expected they can keep. They decided to keep 200 shirts as an inventory. So that time only they will be success. That is called as planned accumulation. See, the new stock of inventory is 200. Why? Because they produced 1100 shirts. Out of this they decided to sell 1000 and remaining is 100. Already a firm has 100, so that's why totally 200 shirts they can keep as an inventory. So that is called as planned accumulation. Suppose planned decumulation of inventory means that time if the firm wanted to reduce the inventories, from 100 to 25. Here you just forget about 200. They decided already they are having how many shirts? 100. So in this year situation, in this year, like if the firm had wanted to reduce the inventories from 100 to 25, so they decided to keep inventory how many shirts? 100, 25 out of 100. So this time if suppose it would produce 1000, they produced how many shirts? 1000. Out of this they should keep an inventory how many shirts? 25. That time they should sell 75. If they sell 75, that time only the inventory is and which one? 25 shirts. Inventory is on 25 shirts. Okay, they produced 1000 and they sold 975. Okay, 975. Out of 100 they decided to sell 75. Why? They decided to keep only 25 shirts as an inventory. That is decreasing. Planned decumulation. Okay, this is called as planned accumulation and planned decumulation. In previous class we discussed about unplanned accumulation of inventory and unplanned decumulation of inventories. Okay, in both of this definitely a question, definitely unplanned or planned accumulation and decumulation will come for our examination and for 4 marks. Okay, next, product method. Already we discussed about product method. So product method means nothing but, so in this method we can calculate the aggregate value. Of all final goods and services. Produced in a country during a year. And one more answer here, through the product method the national income is estimated by aggregating means total, aggregating the value of all final goods and services produced in a country during a year. So under this only we discussed about planned accumulation, unplanned accumulation, unplanned decumulation. Okay, in next class we will discuss about expenditure method. So to calculate of national income there are 3 important methods. One is product method, second one is expenditure method, third one is income method. So up to this product method. In next class we will discuss about expenditure method. Thank you.